Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
We can go on to the last one.
Okay, let's do it. Knicks Hawks. Knicks won the season series 2-1. They are third in offense and seventh in defense. The Hawks are 14th in offense and ninth in defense. Pace goes to the Hawks, but true shooting and rebounding goes to the Knicks. How do we see this one playing out, Clint?
It depends. Do the Knicks get to foul the three-pointer at the end of the game again? No, like last year against the Pistons.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this comes down to, I think, the guys. If you're the Knicks, that you put resources in Anunoby, Bridges, Hart, can they shut down the slightly different attack that the Hawks have? Since Trae Young's been gone, it's been Jalen Johnson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. If you're anything with the Knicks, this is what you got these guys for. This is kind of like Celtics light as far as, like a lot of the punch comes from the forwards. So that's a good matchup to see. Anunoby's been really good this year. Mikal Bridges comes and goes. But that's why you have these two guys, is for a matchup like this where the Hawks are going to attack you, forward down. Can you, keep them half court? Can you keep it slowed down? Can you get it so that it's Brunson at the end of the game and he can decide who he wants to attack?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. We also have to throw out Karl Anthony Towns because like Okongwu will probably he's like I don't know. There's definitely an advantage there that they can because of the way he spreads the floor and his offense. They're going to have that pick and roll with Karl Anthony Towns and Brunson. They ran more of that this year. Karl Anthony Towns can't have a game where like at the fourth quarter he has 4 points and 3 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? He's got to show up as well. I think for the Hawks it's going to be interesting because even though we went over the numbers, they're not this they're a different Hawk team than they have been all season, right? Because this is half the year with Trae Young, even though Trae Young sat some of the time. But so it's going to be interesting to see the Hawks and whether or not they can pull off the upset here. This is probably right as of right now the most interesting series in the Eastern Conference, for sure, in my opinion, anyway. And maybe even that we have right now that's in the entire playoffs. Actually, I'm just looking at it. I'm kind of really curious about this matchup. So the Hawks, Jalen Johnson, it's going to be a couple of their guys' first time like in the playoffs to play. They got a stout defense. We'll see what happens as the series goes on, but I'm really excited about this matchup. What's the matchup you're looking forward to, Clint?
I think it's going to be Alexander Walker on Brunson.
Okay, so do you not think they'll put Dyson Daniels on Brunson? That's who I had on Brunson. So I put Brunson and Daniels,
right.
but you probably might be right. I'm just asking. I'd put Daniels on Brunson.
Yeah, you're probably right. I can switch it to. I was just thinking, he starts. I was just thinking if you can get it. So, but Daniels does start. I totally looked over. I was like, oh yeah, Alexander Walker. Daniels, you're right. Daniels on Brunson because he has that size, defense. The only reason I thought Alexander Walker is if you got Daniels off the floor and you're like, now Brunson has to cover someone who can actually do something offensively. Sure. Dyson Daniels is a pretty big zero, but whether it's Daniels, Walker, Jalen Johnson, like they have some guys, Kuminga, if they bring them in, like that have some size that can just try to frustrate him. It's hard to do against Brunson, and hopefully
Unless if you're a Sar Thompson, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first couple of games are in New York, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of free throws to go around. But either of those guys, just being there, make them shoot tough shot. Don't put him on the line. Easier said than done, but just you got to make him work. You got to wear him down.
Yep, and that's how you're going to slow down the offense. You slow down Brunson, you slow down the Knicks offense. That's why that's probably the best matchup to look at, whether it's Daniels or Walker. I didn't mean to like step on your toes. I just thought, yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that as the matchup because that's going to determine, I think, how this series goes. Who's the X factor for you in this series?
CJ McCollum. He is like oddly important.
Yes.
He's really turned into one of those guys that just like is almost like the definition of like one of those 6 men we talked about, where he just comes in and you're like, CJ McCollum has 30 points. What is going on? But I think especially in this matchup with the Knicks, if you can get him, he's a good ball handler. I think he's come a long way in that over his career. If Brunson is on the floor and Brunson is going to have to cover CJ McCollum, if you're going to get some of these switches, or you're going to get Alexander Walker, like you're going to generate some of these switches. But I think his ability to just put up points in bunches, while all the other guys can kind of keep Anunoby, keep Bridges either spaced out or occupied, is going to be important.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I was watching a couple of the Hawks games towards the end of the season. I'm like, oddly enough, he is pretty important to their fourth quarter offense, like just creating his own shots sometimes. I think he hit a big shot one game, and the other game he just he hit like a half court shot that didn't count or whatever. So it's just like he's oddly important in their last 2 minutes of the game. So I think that's a good one. I had him down too, but I did write down Cat as well, but we kind of talked about him. He's gotta be Cat throughout the series. He can't have a couple games where he's not Cat. Otherwise, the Knicks are in trouble.
Yeah, he's another one that the crowd and pressure,
right.
if it starts falling apart for him, he makes it ugly when it goes south for him.
Correct. Yep, I agree. Okay, let's go to our predictions. Who do you got winning this one?
I have the Knicks in 7.
Knicks in 7.
It's really hard to pick both upsets. There's a part of me that thinks the Hawks can do this. I mean, yeah, the Hawks, but Game 7 in the Garden is a tough ask.
Yeah, I'm gonna go New York in 7 as well. Yeah, it's the free throws will be there more for the Knicks, and it's not going to be the only reason why. It's going to be a little bit of the reason why they have the advantage, but I just also feel like most of the guys on the Knicks been there, done that type thing. So it's not like where you got a number of young guys on the Hawks that haven't had the weight of the situation on them in a playoff series. In a Game 7, I think would be a little overwhelming for them. So I'm going to go Knicks as well.
I should have just told what I gave the same advice to Evan Mobley. I should have put chest hair on myself, since I did pick the Hawks to go to the finals. And
I was going to say, do you remember that?
Hawks.
Yeah.
But watch, it'll probably flip, and the Cavs will win over the Raptors, but the Hawks will be. And I was debating which one to pick, but I just felt like the Knicks, I think, are a better team, and just their volume of players will just kind of wear them down. But it'll be funny if it flips that way, and like, I should have just took the Hawks as my upset.
Yeah. It's I almost thought you would come in with the Hawks. I knew you would probably pick one upset because, I mean, come on. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.